Within the fiery heart of Burning Zeal Ministries, a church service erupts in frenzied devotion, where Pastor Firefire ignites souls with a sermon of feverish intensity. Amidst the ecstatic chaos, Debbie Dollars sits detached, her face a mask of ennui in a sea of zealous faces. The choir's harmonies reach a fever pitch, their voices soaring as Pastor Firefire's words resonate with the fervor of a wildfire. Yet Debbie remains unmoved. Amidst the fervent offering at Burning Zeal International, Debbie's audacious act sends shockwaves through the sanctuary. In a moment of daring defiance, Debbie's hand plunges into the golden basket, extracting a fortune under the guise of devotion. As the bleeding basket reveals Debbie's crime, an usher's piercing scream shatters the sacred ambiance. Mama Deborah crumbles as the weight of Debbie's betrayal crashes down upon her. In a shocking display of audacity, Debbie unveils her stolen soft life prize, a counterfeit iPhone. Debbie triumphantly declares, "My soft life activated." In the background, a goat bleats with uncanny timing, offering a harsh, animalistic judgment on the unfolding drama. In her vibrant home, Debbie prepares to record a TikTok, brimming with energy and excitement. Without warning, a terrifying spectacle unfolds as Debbie's wig erupts into flames, turning her joyful moment into a nightmare. The sudden inferno transforms her cheerful scene into one of chaos and alarm, as Debbie is petrified. In an instant of inexplicable horror, Debbie's wig erupts like a bizarre, fiery spectacle. A voice whispers ominously, sealing Debbie's fate. She will never prosper. Amidst the chaos, a chilling declaration echoes, foretelling an inescapable doom. In the bustling market square, Debbie sweeps cobblestones with a straw broom and dust dances in sunbeams. Laughter and chatter swirl through the air as villagers stroll past Debbie, their voices echoing off the ancient stone buildings. Toy and Tush, phone in hand, circles Debbie, immortalizing the everyday scene. In the heart of the market square, Debbie sweeps with lifeless eyes, each movement echoing her deep despair. With hollow words, Debbie mechanically promotes Toyin's vlog, a stark reminder of her own past transgressions. Each mention of her theft feels like a fresh wound, cutting deeper into her already broken spirit. Under the vast sky, Debbie's world tilts on its axis as she confronts an impossible vision. Her eyes widen, reflecting the shocking revelation. It's Crypto Bobo, her ex-boyfriend, that reveals the unbelievable truth. Has now a preaching CEO of Holy Chain Ministries. On the street, Debbie stands frozen, her wide-eyed gaze fixed on Crypto Bobo's unbelievable transformation. An unseen force vibrates through the air, heralding a change that defies explanation. Amidst the spectacle, a bystander's voice cuts through the awe. "Accept your loss, kid." Amidst the frenzy of the Burning Zeal International Fire for Fire Ministries, Debbie struggles to return the money. Debbie navigates through a sea of fervent worshippers, her steps resolute amidst the tempest of devotion. Her face reflects a mix of determination and trepidation as she seeks to correct her course. Amid the chaos of Burning Zeal International Fire for Fire Ministries, Debbie clutches the money, her eyes wide with terror, her voice cracking with desperation. Debbie implores Pastor Firefire to take back the cursed money. Debbie's plea echoes through the ministry as she cries out, "Please, Pastor Fire, take the money back. I can't do this." In the fiery sanctuary, Pastor Firefire dominates the pulpit, her brow glistening with fervor under the unforgiving fluorescent lights. With thunderous conviction, Pastor Firefire declares, "It's about the altar she defiled, not just the money." Within the inferno of Burning Zeal International Fire for Fire Ministries, a mad prophetess emerges, her gaze piercing the veil of secrets. Her wild eyes, windows to a tormented soul, hint at hidden truths lurking beneath the surface. In a voice tinged with both prophecy and madness, she declares, "Someone is hiding much more than they are letting on." In a moment of stunned silence, the prophetess' revelation hangs heavy in the air, leaving the congregation gasping in disbelief. The prophetess' words send shockwaves through the sanctuary. The air crackles with tension as a police officer moves to arrest Mr. Felix, the church treasurer. The cold, metallic snap of handcuffs echoes as they encircle Mr. Felix's wrists, marking a stark turning point. The sound of the handcuffs echoes loudly in the room. In the stark confines of the police station, the treasurer's trembling accusation pierces the tense atmosphere, his face a mask of fury and betrayal. With venomous intensity, the treasurer declares, "Debbie set me up." In the heart of the police station, Pastor Firefire crumbles to the ground, a grotesque puppet of despair, his eyes betraying a performance of epic proportions. His limbs contorted in unnatural angles, Pastor Firefire clutches his chest, feigning a heart attack, as if orchestrated by the cruelest of fates. In a whisper barely audible amidst the station's cacophony, Pastor Firefire weakly utters, My trust shattered." In the harsh fluorescent glare of the police station, Debbie stands bewildered, clutching a burlap sack brimming with yams. Her furrowed brow and darting eyes reflect a profound sense of disorientation amid the sterile surroundings. On stage, Debbie Dollars radiates confidence, her emphatic gestures captivating the unseen audience. Her presence electrifies the room, promising transformation and success to all who listen. Amidst the concentrated spotlight, Debbie stands tall on stage, a beacon of vibrant energy. With a confident smile, Debbie proudly presents her new book, From Wigfire to Holy Fire. In a surge of collective energy, the motivational seminar bursts into thunderous applause for Debbie. Enthusiastic attendees enthusiastically applaud Debbie, with their faces shining with admiration and inspiration. The room vibrates with positive energy, amplifying Debbie's powerful message of transformation and empowerment. In the vibrant motivational seminar, Toyin Tush watches from the sidelines, her eyes reflecting a potent blend of disbelief and envy. The silence is broken only by the soft whispers of Toyin Tush, barely audible yet filled with unspoken longing and frustration. With unwavering intensity, Debbie locks eyes with the audience, her gaze piercing through the lens as she stares straight into the camera. In a moment of stark clarity, Debbie declares, "Do not touch the offering basket." Debbie, with zealous fervor, raises a flaming basket overhead, a symbol of unwavering resolve against all odds. Nature unleashes its fury with thunderous crashes outside, a stark reminder of the chaos Debbie fearlessly confronts. Her face, lit by the fire's glow, reflects an unyielding spirit, a beacon of hope amid the storm's relentless roar. With a mischievous smirk, Debbie breaks the fourth wall, addressing the audience directly. Debbie playfully warns, "Like and subscribe, or the goat will visit you." In the middle of a motivational seminar, a goat wearing sunglasses makes a surprising appearance. The sunglasses-clad goat surveys the room with an unexpected air of confidence. The goat declares with fervor, "Bah! Believe in yourself." In the fiery heart of Burning Zeal International, Pastor Firefire ignites the congregation with his sweat-drenched fervor, a beacon of impassioned prayer under the intense light. His voice, a booming tempest, amplified by the microphone, engulfs the hall, stirring the congregation into a frenzy of fervent cries and resounding amens. The hall pulsates with impassioned cries and resounding amens, the sound echoing through every corner, a testament to the unyielding zeal of the faithful. Debbie's eyes gleam with mischievous intent as she steals a furtive glance at the brimming offering basket. The choir sways in fervent rhythm, lost in religious ecstasy, unaware of the looming shadows. During a spirited hymn, Debbie's heart races as she stealthily pilfers a wad of cash from the collection basket. In a moment of daring recklessness, Debbie's actions are hidden by the zealous fervor of the church service. Amid the chorus of voices, Debbie's guilt and fear are masked by the overwhelming intensity of the church service. Amidst the spiritual fervor of Burning Zeal International Fire for Fire Ministries, an elderly usher narrows his gaze, suspicion clouding his weathered face. The usher's hawk-like vision pierces through the crowd, focusing intently on Debbie. The usher's gaze lingers on Debbie, casting a shadow of doubt over her presence in the sanctuary. In the dimness of her apartment, Debbie's face is a canvas of conflicting emotions as she tallies the stolen money. The flickering light dances across the stolen money, each bill a testament to her daring act. In the dim light, her eyes reflect the weight of her actions, a silent acknowledgement of the path she has chosen. In her cramped, chaotic apartment, Debbie escapes into a lavish daydream. A narrator whispers of Debbie's vision. She imagines herself living a life of luxury, surrounded by designer clothes and expensive gadgets. The scene transitions into Debbie's daydream, where designer clothes and expensive gadgets surround her. In Debbie's humble abode, a sudden glimpse of reality shatters her tranquility as a rat scurries across the floor. A sudden, unwelcome guest dashes across the scene, revealing Debbie's harsh environment. Debbie's peaceful moment is instantly disrupted by the unwelcome sight of the rat. In the confines of her apartment, Debbie clutches the money, a glimmer of hope sparking in her eyes as she envisions a new wig. Driven by the desire to transform her image and escape the dull routine of her life, Debbie dreams of a vibrant new identity. In the mirror's reflection, Debbie sees not her current self, but the dazzling woman she aspires to be, as the wig promises a gateway to a new chapter. Debbie strides through the bustling market, her new wig drawing envious stares like moths to a flame. Each step Debbie takes is a bold statement, her wig a symbol of defiance and allure in the crowded market. Envious eyes follow Debbie's every move, as the market buzzes with unspoken admiration and jealousy. Amidst the vibrant chaos of the market, a determined woman engages in a fierce haggle, her eyes set on securing the best deal for a knockoff designer handbag. Her voice rises above the din, each word a calculated move in this high-stakes game of commerce. With unwavering resolve, she battles for every last coin, her spirit unyielding in the pursuit of the ultimate bargain. She strides through the bustling market, her every step announcing a wealth she barely knows how to carry, as her movements betray a desperate need to impress. Lost in her self-absorbed performance, she carelessly bumps into Mama Deborah, setting the stage for a fateful encounter. Mama Deborah's eyes widen in disbelief as she recognizes the expensive wig, a symbol of stolen dreams and shattered trust. A horrified gasp tears through the market's lively sounds, revealing a truth that threatens to unravel everything. In a packed church, sunlight pierces through stained glass windows, igniting a palpable religious fervor. Pastor Firefire's voice booms from the pulpit, stirring the souls of the enraptured congregation. Faces glow under the radiant light, lost in the fervor of the moment. In the solemn quiet of the church, Debbie sits rigidly in a pew, her discomfort amplified by the judgmental stares of the congregation. The weight of unspoken judgment bears down on Debbie, each glance a silent accusation in the hallowed hall. Amid the solemnity of the church service, Debbie desperately attempts to evade the approaching offering basket. The inevitable arrives as the offering basket is directly thrust into Debbie's space, heightening her visible unease. In the solemn silence of the church, Debbie reluctantly offers a meager sum, a shadow of her transgression. The weight of her secret sin hangs heavy as she parts with a fraction of her ill-gotten gains. An inner turmoil is evident as she grapples with the disparity between repentance and restitution. In the solemn aftermath of the church service, Debbie is cornered by Pastor Firefire, casting a long, ominous shadow. In a moment of piercing intensity, Pastor Firefire demands, "Debbie, do you have anything to confess?" The air crackles with unspoken tension as Debbie is confronted, her face a mask of hidden turmoil. Inside the solemn church, Debbie frantically attempts to bury the truth beneath a torrent of denials. Pastor Firefire's unwavering gaze penetrates Debbie's desperate web of lies, revealing the secrets she so desperately tries to conceal. In a moment of intense confrontation, the truth hangs heavy in the air, as Debbie's facade crumbles under the weight of the pastor's unwavering scrutiny. In the solemn church, shadows dance across the stained glass windows as Pastor Firefire, eyes ablaze, condemns Debbie with a pointing finger. Pastor Firefire declares, with fiery intensity, "Debbie, you will be punished for your sins." The church echoes with the weight of his words as Debbie stands accused, bathed in the spectral glow of judgment. In the solitude of her moonlit apartment, Debbie is tormented by restless thoughts, her mind echoing with the resonant words of Pastor Firefire. Her face, a canvas of shadows and light, reflects the internal conflict raging within. In the suffocating silence, the weight of Pastor Firefire's pronouncements intensifies her mental anguish. Debbie rises from her slumber, her apartment now a stage for her torment. Haunted by guilt and fear, Debbie's pacing echoes her inner turmoil. Each step is a heavy burden, revealing the weight of her secret. In a shocking twist, Debbie's wig erupts in smoke, a harbinger of chaos. A piercing scream shatters the silence as Debbie frantically battles the unexpected flames. The scene descends into pandemonium as Debbie's desperate attempts prove futile, marking a point of no return. In Debbie's apartment, A wig spontaneously ignites, unleashing chaos and smoke. The sudden blaze consumes everything in its path, as the once vibrant apartment turns into a scene of fiery destruction. In a whirlwind of fear, Debbie bursts through the apartment door, her face a canvas of stark terror. Debbie cries out desperately, "Help!" Debbie stands frozen on the street, her world collapsing as her apartment building blazes before her eyes. Her gaze is locked onto the inferno, a silent scream trapped within as the flames consume her life's sanctuary. The fire roars, an insatiable beast devouring memories and dreams, leaving behind only ash and despair. On the street, a crowd of residents gathers, their faces etched with horror as they witness the unfolding tragedy. The residents are petrified, their collective fear creating a heavy atmosphere. On the bustling street, Debbie's face mirrors the devastating truth of her utter loss, as the city's vibrant sounds dissolve into a distant echo. The weight of her world crumbles around her, leaving her stranded in a silent storm of despair. On the unforgiving street, Debbie collapses, her world shattering into a storm of uncontrollable tears. Lost in a sea of sorrow, she cries. In the stark confines of the police station's interrogation room, tension suffocates as Debbie faces a police officer. Bathed in a cold, unforgiving light, Debbie's face betrays a maelstrom of emotions. In the sterile confines of the police station, Debbie's hands are clasped tightly in her lap, her head shaking vehemently. In a fervent denial, Debbie cries out, "I didn't steal the money!" The police officer's cold, unwavering gaze pierces through Debbie's protestations as he retorts, "I don't believe you." In the sterile confines of the police station, grainy security footage casts a shadow of doubt over Debbie as a police officer points out a damning image. On the screen, a figure eerily resembling Debbie is caught in the act, pocketing a stack of money, sealing her fate in the eyes of the law. Debbie stares at the incriminating evidence, her expression an unreadable mask concealing a whirlwind of thoughts and emotions. In the stark interrogation room, Debbie's red-rimmed eyes betray a storm of guilt and regret. Her voice, a mere whisper in the suffocating silence, finally confesses, "I stole the money." The stark confession hangs heavy in the air, shattering the silence with the weight of its truth. In the stark, sterile environment of the police station, Debbie is led towards the holding cells, the cold fluorescent lights casting a harsh glare on her fate. Handcuffs gleam ominously, symbolizing Debbie's freedom slipping away with each step. Debbie sits at the defendant's table, her anxiety palpable as the courtroom buzzes with anticipation. The weight of the impending verdict hangs heavy in the air, casting a pall over the tense scene.